Hello, this is Jeff from Studio 41 Productions, and I'm here today to review the new game Titanfall. So specifically, I played it on the Xbox One, and I have to say, this game is pretty much everything I expected, and I mean that in the most perfect, awesome way ever. Simply because this game has been hyped through the absolute freaking roof for about the past, I don't know, a year and a half. And when I first played the beta, I was absolutely blown away. Sure, the graphics aren't the greatest. They used the Source engine, which I imagine they used for stability reasons, and it's a really easy engine to work with. But this game handles absolutely immaculately. That's that's the word I was looking for. The gameplay is absolutely top of the line. It's the smoothest game I probably have ever played. You will never see, you'll pretty much never see screen tearing. It runs, it runs a dream. It's pretty much a Lamborghini in the way it runs. It's just perfect. Um, of course, we all know it's a multiplayer only game, which I know some people probably aren't too happy about, but at least so far on launch day, I haven't noticed really a single glaring issue with the servers and whatnot. The servers they've gotten a little bit slower since I booted it up at like 12:30 last night, well this morning. They've gotten a little bit slower, but I mean that's probably just because so many people are logging on at the exact same time, and everybody's wanting to play the game. And I did see that Respawn is supposed to be addressing that, so I think we'll definitely see the servers get better because we've seen the Microsoft servers are pretty much the top of the line. They were rated the best servers in the world. But enough of this. The gameplay, the multiplayer balancing, because that's important when you're running a multiplayer only game. The balancing is, this is probably the most balanced game. Wait for it. Since Call of Duty 4. Gee, I wonder why. Since the only way that Call of Duty is gonna get killed is by the people who created it. Um, the game or the gunplay is the best gunplay I've probably seen since Modern Warfare 2. Again, I wonder why. But no one thing in this game is overpowered at all. You can have people camoing camoing's always a pain in the butt, and camoers are usually going to get the better of the average player, probably about 9 times out of 10. But once you get used to it, definitely know what to look for, and at least when you're a pilot, because camo's supposed to be a counter against Titans, but you can counter camo pretty easily because the waves that you see from someone camoing when you're a pilot are pretty obvious. And even better way, an even better way is you can have a pulse on your loadout, and you can see a camo pretty easily because it pulses through walls and shows everybody and everything. So that's another easy way to counter somebody who's camoing. Let's see, the Titans are probably, they're obviously a Titan's going to kill a pilot that's being careless pretty easily. The chain gun will kill him in like 2 shots, and just pretty much anything else the Titan has will kill it in 1 shot. Even if a good chain gun hit will drop one in 1 hit. But another thing that I have to point out, and it shows that faith in gaming has been restored real quick, is the burn cards. Burn cards are cards that you earn from playing the game, and they pretty much act almost like as a perk that you might see in a game like Call of Duty. they give you like you can get an amped gun out of it, which pretty much is a gun that's boosted up in power and it'll kill quicker. But you can also get awesome stuff like one's called map hack, where you can see everything on the minimap, all pilots, all Titans from the opposing team. You can get I think they bumped the pull rank card down. That card will knock 60 seconds off your Titan build time. I mean, and the reason why I say that faith in gaming has been restored is because they could have easily put those in microtransactions, and probably nobody would have said a thing because people would have bought them. The burn cards are just an absolute game changer in ways that multiplayer is working. And back to the Titans. Titans are pretty much, they're giant mechs and they're hard to kill. Unless you have, like, say, another Titan and you know what you're doing, you can take out a Titan pretty easily. Because the Auto Titans, where you can, as a pilot, if you're piloting your Titan, you can get out and have them follow you around or guard a spot. Auto Titans, the AI for those isn't too bad. They're not the greatest. I mean, if you have a clue, you can usually overpower an Auto Titan pretty quickly. But they're not as dumb as, say, the Grunts or the Spectres, the little minions running around that die in about 3 shots and have like the slow motion karate freaking tournaments. I mean, they're not too bright, but if you're careless, they can sneak up on you. I mean, I say that as in, don't get careless around a group of like 4 or 5 of them, because you're gonna have to take a little bit of time and kill them. You can try and do the jump kick. I mean, but still, they're not that stupid that they're going to blatantly ignore the guys around them getting taken out. And Spectres, they're a little bit smarter than Grunts, but not a whole lot. They're smart enough that they know that if you're actually a little bit weak, they'll actually come after you pretty hard. And they also run really quick. They can get up in your face really fast. I think they changed that from the beta. In the beta, they moved like Grunts pretty much did. Now they're freaking lightning fast. Another point, the maps. The maps in Titanfall, I mean, they're some of the best multiplayer maps I've ever played on. My personal favorite, and it's between about 5 different maps. I would say my favorite, just because of the absolute insane Titan battles and humongous firefights you get into, has to be Boneyard. And Boneyard, if you're playing hardpoint domination, which is pretty much what it is from Call of Duty, it's capture 3 spots, hold them, whoever has the highest score wins. If you play a hardcore domination on that, it probably a few hundred points into the game, when people have Titans coming out and whatnot, you get some of the most insane firefights you will ever see in a video game. I mean, it gets hard enough that you can actually tell the frame rate dropping a hair. I mean, it gets absolutely crazy. Just explosions going around like you genuinely feel you are in a massive war zone. But that's probably my favorite map. But overall, the maps in this game are all, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say just about every map in this game is at least an 8. Only a couple, namely Overlook and Lagoon, would probably be about a 5 and probably about a 4 respectively. Those maps, I've had some bad times on those maps already. I try and dodge them a little bit, but even those are better than most maps that you might see on a newer Call of Duty game. Which takes me to another thing that people criticize this game about, is the 6-on-6 combat. Honestly, I couldn't imagine anything higher than 6-on-6 combat. 6-on-6, I mean, it feels perfect. I mean, I could see maybe like 12 on 12, but it would be absolutely hectic, and I think it would just really it would really tax whatever system you're on. Maybe unless you have like a top of the line PC, just to animate like 24 mechs at one time and have all the explosions and all the minions running around and whatnot. That would be, I can't imagine anything higher than 6 on 6 in this game. But that's pretty much what I've got from this game. It's absolutely lived up to the hype in just about every way. I mean, even in the beta, I mean, the beta lived up to the hype, and I would recommend this game to absolutely anyone out there who has an Xbox One or a pretty good computer. I mean, even the system requirements for the computer version aren't even that high for this game. I mean, it's not a super insane taxing game on a computer. It's running on the source engine, which is pretty low in requirements, but on a scale of 1 to 10, this game by far I'd say it's I'd say 9.5. 9.5, and I'm not even sure why I'm leaving off the half point. It's just about perfect in every way. The only thing I would say that takes the half point off is because they didn't put in like private matches at the beginning, and there's some things missing like leaderboards and stuff. And I really love leaderboards. I am uber competitive, so I always want to see how I stack up against other people. But a 9.5 out of 10. This game is an absolute system seller for the freaking Xbox One, and it's an absolute game changer in multiplayer. I think we'll definitely see Call of Duty scrambling, and even Battlefield scrambling after this game comes out. And I honestly, I gotta go play more. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, like Studio 41 on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe. We recently ran an ad campaign on Facebook, so if you see that, that's us. We're trying to get serious in the video game reviewing and YouTubing world. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.